Welcome to this Forge College Explainer. We're diving into our upgradeability patterns overview today, and we're embarking on a bit of a developer's renovation journey. Basically, we're packing our bags, moving out of the messy, kind of unpredictable old EVM house, and stepping into the highly structured, precision-engineered architecture of Solana. It's time to master upgradeability, SVM style.
So here is our blueprint for today's renovation. We're going to cover the EVM to SVM shift, figure out where exactly our state lives, explore the three main Solana upgrade paths, map out a clear migration workflow, do a direct code comparison between Solidity and Anchor, and then wrap it all up with our core upgrade principles.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the EVM to SVM shift, leaving the old house. Now, if you recall our previous explainer on performance and security considerations when porting token standards, you already know that minimizing compute costs and account rights is absolutely foundational on Solana. On Ethereum, gas costs dictate literally everything you do. But on Solana, it's all about rent and cross-account right limits. The rule of thumb here is that performance constraints directly shape how you approach upgradeability. The mechanism you choose to upgrade a program directly changes how and honestly how often you write state. Moving on to Section 2, where does state live? This is the core architectural split. So this split is basically the inciting incident of our whole journey. Ethereum has this terrible, messy habit of hiding state inside a proxy contract while secretly delegating the logic somewhere else. Honestly, it's like a roommate hiding all your furniture in the basement and pretending the living room is perfectly clean. But Solana programs are immutable by hash, and we entirely lack the magic of Ethereum's delegate call. Instead, Solana enforces a hyper-explicit separation. You've got stateless programs on one side and stateful accounts on the other. State absolutely does not live in the program code, it lives in entirely separate, dedicated accounts. Okay, Section 3, 3 Solana upgrade paths. It's time to choose our new tools. Since we can't just casually swap an implementation pointer with a delegate call anymore, we need the right tools for the job. Our first option is the upgradable loader. Now, this mechanism feels the absolute closest to an old-school Ethereum admin key. It allows a program binary to be fully replaced at the exact same address, but only if you are the designated upgrade authority. It's an incredibly powerful tool, but listen to me, it requires exceptionally strict key custody. If you lose that upgrade key, there's no backdoor. You are locked out of the house forever. So we like to call this the rule of 3 for Solana upgrades. Option A is that upgradable loader we just talked about. Option B involves writing very specific migration instructions within your program so you can rewrite the bytes in your accounts when deploying new logic. And then there's Option C, versioned accounts with immutable programs. Think of Option C like having a strict but loving librarian managing your data. The program code itself never changes, but it's deliberately designed to read legacy accounts while writing new data into perfectly cataloged, versioned accounts. Which brings us to Section 4. The migration workflow. This is your practical renovation blueprint. Now that we have our tools, how do we actually pull this off without breaking everything? Well, it's a 3-step process. Step 1, identify your state boundaries. In Solidity, you're tracking storage slots, right? But on Solana, finding where state lives means explicitly mapping out account ownership, size, and exact struct fields. It is absolutely the critical first step. Step 2, simply choose from the 3 upgrade mechanisms we just covered. And Step 3, plan the actual migrations and safe cutovers. You're literally writing the instructions to copy validated state from your old accounts into the new ones without breaking a sweat. All right, let's look at Section 5, Solidity versus Anchor patterns. Time for the code inspection. It is genuinely fascinating to see how these two paradigms line up when you put them side by side. First, EVM's proxy pattern with delegate call maps directly to keeping state in separate accounts and upgrading the binary via the loader. Next, the absolute wild west of EVM's unstructured storage slots, that's completely replaced by Anchor's pedantic, precise byte layouts and versioned accounts. And finally, those one-time EVM constructors translate directly to Anchor's explicit initialize instructions, complete with highly specific initialization constraints. I actually want to zero in on account layouts for a second, because this is crucial. On Ethereum, a storage slot mismatch is a headache, sure. But on Solana, a layout mismatch translates to a catastrophic deserialization failure. We're talking silent data corruption. Account layouts define the exact struct fields, the size, and the serialization rules, usually via Borsch, that define exactly how state bytes are read and written. They are absolutely sacred. Do not mess with them lightly. The initialization phase is really where you feel this difference the most. While Solidity constructors quickly set up a one-time implementation pointer and just move on, Anchor forces you to be incredibly deliberate. Anchor initialize instructions require you to meticulously calculate space, format the byte array, and explicitly order your fields for future compatibility. Honestly, it's precision engineering versus quick fixes.
And finally, Section 6, Core Upgrade Principles, the handover. So, the ultimate question, are you actually ready for mainnet? Well, unless you've rigorously tested for those deserialization failures, simulated partial migrations, and verified every single permission denial case in your test suite, the answer is a resounding no. Safely deserializing live test data without any corruption is your absolute bare minimum readiness checkpoint.
To wrap things up, keep these 3 core principles in mind. 1. Preserve state by prioritizing exact byte layouts over unnamed slots. 2. Pick your upgrade path carefully. And 3. Document your authority with strict on-chain permission flows. Thank you so much for joining me on this developer's renovation journey. I highly encourage you to visit forge.college to master more Web3 topics and dive deeper into this curriculum. But before you go and deploy your next contract, I want to leave you with one final thought. If you lose an Ethereum admin key, you might be able to fork the interface. But if you lose a Solana upgrade key, that pristine, beautifully engineered new house you just built is locked forever. No way back in. So, how secure is your key custody? Happy building, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.